Hey, how's it going? I noticed that the unboxing video got some attention, so I thought I would do a follow-up, basically going over my impression of, my first impression with these animals, as well as the enclosures that I have prepared for them. Um, Forgive me in the editing, because there's some clips I'm going to throw in here, and, I think you'd rather watch footage of, the animals than just me sitting in a chair talking, so there's going to be clips that I throw in here of certain topics I cover, but they might not correlate with what I'm saying, just, because I think you guys would rather see the animals than see this. So, yeah, so I'll just start off by saying first impressions. I really am thrilled to have these animals. They're fantastic. The first day I got them, right after I unboxed them, I put them in here. A few hours later, I fed them. They ate on the first day, so that's fantastic. You can't ask for anything more than that. So animals are doing great. Second day, I noticed that they had something going on with their skin. So I started reaching out to other keepers and asking them just what they would do to treat this. It looked to me as a fungal infection. I'll throw in images of the before, and I'll also throw in images of the after. And so I asked other keepers what they would do, and they recommended catappa leaves and alder cones to increase the tannins in the water and their antifungal properties. So I did. I threw those in the mix, made the water darker. My parameters were already exactly how I wanted them, but after adding those, made it slightly more acidic for the pH. And then over the month I've had them, I've seen the skin, the fungal infection start to clear up, and now they're shedding a lot better, and it just seems that these animals are just on a good trajectory to just make a full recovery, so not worried about that at all. Feeding wise, I feed them every 2 to 3 days. No, I'm sorry, I feed them 2 to 3 times a week, and they eat well. I keep the temperature warm. I keep it 79 to 81, so the warmth that they are experiencing allows them to digest quicker and eat, digest, and defecate, and then they'll be ready to go 2 to 3 days after that. So right now I've just been feeding them mostly earthworms. I've thought about getting some more variety in their diet, and I will get more variety in their diet. I just want to figure out the best way of sourcing that food so I can ensure, or just for the best chances of just not being food not carrying any parasites and stuff like that, because I'd like to do not only worms but also other things, but they are still small, so worms are a good option for them right now. The enclosures that I have them in are actually produce containers that the restaurants will use to store produce. You can get these containers online. I got them from a website called Webstaurant. They are 28 inch by 18 inch by 9 inch polycarbonate produce containers, and I really like them opposed to aquariums because of the durability. They have clarity, much like glass. I'm sure you can see how clear it is just looking through. There's condensation on the plastic, but that's okay. That kind of just happens. The water seems dark on the camera. It's actually not that dark, but in the clips you'll be able to see how clear it actually is. So containers, they work really well. I like them. You can cut them, you can modify them how you need, and that's just my preference for keeping animals. Here's a standard plastic container with another critter that I'll show you at the end. But these clear plastic ones, they really do the job. And for a 7-inch lizard, this is plenty, plenty large footprint for the animal. They have ample room, and they certainly utilize all the room that I've given them. I got a little portion of land in the back in case they ever want to completely go out and dry off and stuff. But they also have tons of cork bark tubing and spider wood and plant roots and stuff, going out through the entire enclosure. So they have plenty of stuff to interact with. But yeah, keeping the animals has been very exciting. You don't see them super often. They're more elusive. So if you can enjoy just the appearance of your terrarium or your paludarium or whatever, if you can enjoy the way it looks without observing the animal, this is a good animal for that kind of setup. So I like to just look at my setups and just admire them and see the little ecosystems forming. And then if I see the animal, that's just a bonus. I'm very hands off. I do not touch them unless I have to. And the only times I've had to touch them is to photograph the skin infections and stuff like that to get some opinions on them. But for the most part, leave them be. You feed them, they come out, they'll take from the tongs, or they'll go around and walk around the bottom looking for the worms after I just drop them in there. But other than that, they're exhibiting very natural behavior. They don't seem to be stressed, and they certainly will go and use all of the hides I've given them. They have their favorites for sure, but they'll go around and they'll explore and they'll pick out where they want to hang out. So I think that's a good indicator that I'm doing something right. But overall, like I said, I think the brand is Cambria. These are produce containers. So produce container, I have an external heat mat beneath to keep it nice and warm. I have installed a dryer vents on the top to allow some oxygen exchange, as well as allow some humidity to escape. And when I turn on, I installed some CPU fans on the top too, so I'll turn those on just to get some airflow in there for them so it's not stagnant. But other than that, these animals have been very easy to take care of, other than arriving to me with a skin infection, and that just happens. So mitigating that, or treating it, and yeah, I just kind of let them be. If I see them, I'll throw in a bunch of footage of them. But yeah, they do their own thing. They just mind their own business, and it's just very, very cool to have the opportunity to care for them. And excuse me, up here is one of my turtles. Oh gosh, you almost got me. All right, so this is my little guy Simon. He's an albino common snapping turtle. I hatched this guy in 2024. He is 8, 9 months old. Can't remember exactly, but I hatched a handful of them. He's the only one I kept, but I do like him. He's a good fella. He doesn't try to bite me because he's angry. He tries to bite me because he thinks I'm food. So that's Simon. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.